guys, it's Anita at Stitch in Heaven again, and I just wanted to show you guys today how to do a basic hem on pant. That's something that I think everybody probably needs to know how to do. It's super simple, and I'm going to use a pair of my kids' jeans that I'm going to cut off into shorts to show you guys. It's so funny how fast kids grow, and it seems like they always outgrow things in the length before they do the waist, you know? So we're gonna take this, and his inseam is about 9 inches for shorts is where he likes for it to be. So we're going to measure, and instead of cutting it at the 9 inches, okay, we're gonna allow for 1 inch for our hem, okay? So we're gonna cut it at 10 inches. And you see I just have a raw edge here. So we're gonna take this to our iron, and we're gonna fold it under twice, okay? And you can turn it inside out to do it. You can do it with it right sides out. It's completely up to you. So I'm folding it up 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna iron that down. And you can see that it's not a perfect 1/2 inch, and that's okay, because before we sew, we're gonna make sure that both sides are even. And we're just gonna put a little steam here so that it's easy to fold over again. Okay, and then we're gonna take this, we're gonna fold it over one more time. Okay, let's see. And some machines might have trouble going through a seam this thick. I'm going to use my Bernina here, and it has no issues going through this amount of fabric. But I'll show you guys in a minute what you can do if you're having trouble getting over the seams. And I'm just going to take a couple of pins, and I just like to pin in 4 places, because I don't like to pull pins out constantly. So I'm going to pin in the middle of the front, and I'm going to pin in the middle of the back. Then I'm going to put a pin at each edge. And I stab myself every time. Never fail. And there I went again. Y'all are probably laughing at me at home right now. I don't blame you. You can use clips if you prefer. I had pins on me today. Okay, so this is the reason that I do this inside out. I have a lot of people ask me all the time, well, how do you get that leg around the arm of the sewing machine? Well, a friend of mine, when I first started sewing, showed me this trick, and I don't know why it never dawned on me, but I'm sure there's somebody out there like me that just never occurred to them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and we're gonna lift it up like this, and we're gonna insert it, this part, right under the foot. And we're gonna start there. And the reason we do it like this is because it makes it so much easier. Now right here, guys, when you get to this seam, you might have a little bit of problem depending on what machine you're using. Some machines have a special foot where you can press a button back here and it lifts the presser foot for you at a seam, or you can put in a piece of cardstock back here to lift the presser foot, but we're just gonna go right over it with our Bernina machine. I'm just gonna slow down and make sure that we line up our seam allowance here. And then what we're actually going to do is we're going to cut the tails, and do you see how I left a little extra here? We're going to go back around, okay, and we're going to use our presser foot as a guide and stitch right at the top where it'll hit right at the top of that seam allowance. And it'll give it that double stitched look without having to use a cover stitch machine. Okay, nobody will be able to tell that they were hemmed at home. I'm really curious if any of you guys have used our jean patch tutorial from last week. If you have, we'd love to see pictures. We're just gonna come back through, and we're just gonna put this line right in the middle of our foot here to try to give us a little seam allowance there to guide us. We're just going to go slow and keep that stitch line lined up. That gives us a cute little double stitch hem, and then when you turn them inside out, and we're going to press them, nobody will ever be able to tell that they were hemmed at home. And there you go. Now your kid has a brand new pair of shorts. They'll never know the difference. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks so much.